Testing, testing.
Now batting catcher, Logan Copperwood.
Ready again. Loss. Dishes. And it's time. Ball one.
Check, 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 check. No, I can't hear anything.
Here comes the next pitch. And the pitch. It's high.
Check, 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 check.
Strike
No, I
one.
can't hear anything.
Shortstop, Josh Henry.
And strike one. Broadway for strike one. Here's 0 and 1. Kent at the bat. Left-handed batter's box. Man on first in Conklin. Moss delivers. And it's sailing south for ball. Excuse me, for a foul ball. 0-2 the count. Man on first. Still scoreless. A high fly ball sailing to the right side of the field. And it's into the air. Caught in the outfield by the center fielder in
Right fielder, Garrett Osborne.
2 outs on the board. Top of the first. Coming up next, Hawthorne. Here comes a pitch.
Well, Ethan, I believe that it's really going to come down to who wants to play today. Obviously, Carolina's coming into here after losing a no-hitter, which is going to be detrimental to just about any team. But I think today, if Bluefield doesn't get too much in get their heads too high, I think they're going to be playing fine.
So with that recap, we are now getting ready to get underway with the bottom of the first inning. Number 2, Christie, coming up to bat. Bluefield in the light blue double mitts with dark blue numerals with white trim. And in the dark blue with yellow numerals, we have the Carolina University Bruins. Here comes the first pitch, and it's low. Ball 1. Comes the next one from Shannon. It's high, ball 2. It's 2-0. Bottom of the first. No score in the top of the first. Here comes the next pitch, and swung on. Short throws to first, and it's dropped for a safety. So now with Aristi on first, Maldonado comes up to bat. And that'll be counted, I believe, as an error on the first baseman.
Now, Maldonado is one of those guys that got to see some playing time last year. I know he's in a position battle with redshirt senior then, George Caballo. I was glad that we're going to be able to see him here to play today.
Absolutely. Here comes the pitch. Maldonado on a bunt. It goes foul. 0-1 is the count. No outs on the board. It's bottom of the first inning. Shannon getting ready. Clasping the hands. And he delivers. And a steal from second. Right there, Aristi slid sneakily into second base as the catcher, Conklin, just about threw him out. Man on second. Bottom of the first. Maldonado is still up to bat. It's the second batter into the lineup. Shannon looks down the pike. And here comes a slightly inside, but still across the plate for a strike. Count is 1-2. No score. Man on second in Aristi. Maldonado is in the stance. And comes down for strike 3 as he was swinging. So now with one out on the board with Maldonado struck out while swinging, here comes Meach. As he comes up into the left-handed batter's box, a righty-lefty matchup for Shannon. And as Meach assumes position, and it's swung on, right field, and it looks like he's going to be safe. So now with Meach getting a base hit, Aristi's on third. This this could be a chance for the next batter up, Wisner, to get an RBI. His first RBI of the year in the first bat. How about that, Jackson?
That'd be an amazing point for the Rams to be at early in this game. You know, it's going to be very trend-setting. It's the entire first inning. We talk about sports in general. That first score kind of sets the entire tone for the rest of this ball game.
Absolutely, you know, because then they establish a rhythm, and they keep with that rhythm. And then it's the job of the Carolina Bruins, I guess, to try to disrupt that rhythm. Though Bluefield has been very good in persevering with that and being adaptable. So with that, Meach is on first from a base hit. Aristi is on third. As seems to be a mound visit going on between Shannon and his coach. So with that, no score. There's one out on the board, man on first and man on third. Coming up now to possibly score us the first run of the contest is Clay Wisner.
Third baseman, Clay Wisner.
Transition him back to the right-handed box. Looks like Conklin is conferring with Shannon about some technique. Taps the plate, gets in stance. Dish from Shannon, and it's down low and in the corner for ball one. He'll tap the plate again. Here's the next pitch, and high fly ball infield. And that one, I believe, is going to be, that was a close call. Might have been a double play there. But however, scoring, I believe, no run had scored there due to a possible double play on a fielder's choice. It looks like another error, so that was just a single play. Bluefield did get his first RBI from Windsor. So yeah, that was close though on the first base. But now the score is 1-0 Bluefield, and Lewis is up to bat. Right clean cut down the middle for strike one. 2 outs on the board after a catch in the infield from the shortstop in Harris. Almost seemed to have been a double play, but that was a very close call to make at first base on the fielder's choice. And it's swung on, right field. Will he get to it? And yeah, he'll round another base, and another person is coming home. I believe that was David Meach coming home, solidifying yet another run. So Lewis getting an RBI in the books, and he gets a base hit double. Now here comes Genter, and he is the designated hitter. Comes a dish and a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs on the board. It's bottom of the first inning. And here comes another one. And it's another strike. While looking, it's 0-2. Seems like Shannon has also developed a rhythm in delivering these pitches clear cut down towards the middle. 0-2 remains the count, and it's 2 outs on the board. One more strike, and that's it for the first inning. Man on second in Lewis. And another foul ball past the third base line. Glad you're with us on the Bluefield University Athletics YouTube page. And right now, it's a 2-0 ball game with Bluefield University on top of Carolina in the bottom of the first inning. As Genter is up to bat. Here comes the dish from Shannon. And that one's going to be a close call. It's going to be fair ball, but caught. So with that, after that good play on the outfield, score is 2-0 Rams. And when we come back, Jackson will be having us the second inning of action here on the Bluefield University Athletics page where the score is 2-0 Rams.
Now up to bat, Dart Hawthorne, the sophomore from Gulfport, Mississippi. Here's the breaking ball. Swung on. Falls right into the glove of Aristi for out number 1.
And like you said, Jackson, those plays really set the tone, and that first out really gets Bluefield going.
Next up, number 18, Grant Harris. Right across the meat of the plate for strike 1. 1 out. 1 strike. High for ball 1.
So it almost bobbled out of the catcher's hand.
1-1. Swing out into left center field. It's going to hit the warning track. Aristi looking for his connecting man. And it'll be a double for Grant Harris. Up to bat, Brian Deegan, the junior from Kennesaw, Georgia. Kennesaw, I know, home to a couple. That area with Kennesaw and Marietta all in northeast Georgia. Here comes the breaking ball. Low and outside for ball 1. And what I was saying was they got Life University, Kennesaw State, a couple of those schools that we've seen a little bit in just about every single sport we play. Life University, a powerhouse in the NAI across the board. So, home to a place where the NAI in Division II is very well known. Here comes the ball, low and inside. Maldonado comes up. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. A little outside, but ball 1. Or check that, strike 1.
It did look like a ball there, though. I will say that.
I was a little surprised that it wasn't called ball. I mean, it was on the opposite side, but strike in that strike box. Strike. Because the pitcher flips it over to first, and there gets the second out of the inning.
It almost went foul, too, because I saw it almost hit the dust.
Yeah, Voss doing a great job of being aware where he is in the field and make sure that easy out does not become a foul ball. Giving Deegan another chance at bat. Up next, number 17, Dino Tharp, the shortstop from McCordville, Indiana, Mount Vernon High School. Runner at third. Here's the breaking pitch. Swung. Hit over right. Out at first. That's 3 up, 3 down for the Carolina Bruins. We'll be back here shortly with the bottom of the second half. And we're back with the bottom of the second inning. Ethan, I just have to say how thankful we are that Pixelot is helping us a lot out. We know we've got some way better video than just being behind home plate.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, we had a little bit of technical difficulties with the audio getting on, Jackson. But you know what? I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that we've got a better view for our listeners and viewers.
Up to his, Torres. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Yes, Ethan, you're absolutely correct. I know Pixelot does over 700, or check that, 7,000 of these events every single day. It's an automated AI system. That's a little outside. You're going to call ball 1. And honestly, that was a little surprising. It was a strike earlier in the inning. I was ready to call strike 2. Here's the 1-1. High and outside for ball 2. Kevin Torres, the redshirt freshman from San Juan, Puerto Rico, the transfer out of Ohio Valley University. Ethan, did you hear about what happened at Ohio Valley University late last year? As that's tipped out. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ethan.
Well, enlighten me a little bit. I don't think I have heard.
Well, Ohio Valley actually, their entire school shut down. Like we had heard of Cincinnati Christian doing it a couple years ago.
Due to finances.
Well, I'm not 100% sure why they shut down. I just know they shut down, and we're glad that we got Torres as one of the transfers coming out of that school. That's another big cut and a miss. Strike 3, and he's out.
Mark a big fat K in the books.
Next up, a returning starter for this Rams offense, really, in the lineup, Nate Cobb, the outfielder. Let me make sure I got this right. The outfielder from Massillon, Ohio, transferred from Malone University alongside Clay Wisner a couple years back. Outside, but right across the plate. Strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Little outside, ball one. Now at 1-1. I don't know if maybe it's the glare up here, Ethan, but we both talked about it in between innings. It's kind of hard to try to call these plays because it looks like that one would have been a strike, but
It looked like a strike to me.
big cut, and I hope it doesn't hit my car out there.
I think it's in that other parking lot. So it's fine, Jackson. We got good parking out here on this dirt gravel road back here.
Thank you, Ethan. And like I said, I'm glad I don't have to park over there. I love this beautiful press box that we're in that was made over the summer. Because that's chipped out.
Pitch going wild.
Straight pitch, going to get Kopp the sprint over to first. One man on the bags. Next up to hit Bryce Medlock. Medlock, the freshman from Prosperity, South Carolina. Wow, I would love to live in a city named Prosperity.
You know, there's actually a Prosperity Dip nearby in Beckley.
Ah,
So, good to check that out, too. Sounds like a neat place, though.
here's the pitch. Outside, throw over to first. Not going to get there in time. Count goes to 1-0. Now, you mentioned Beckley, West Virginia. West Virginia Tech is actually coming for a wrestling match tomorrow night at the Herb Sim Center. Free admission to all students, faculty, and staff. So come on by. Learn a little bit about wrestling. I know it's one of those that's unknown sports. Is that long throw over to second. Cobb safe. A little, almost afraid he got overthrown when I saw the shortstop look past.
Cobb's been sneaky, stealing some plays.
Now, he is one of the quickest ball players I've ever seen. I know they were doing drills yesterday. I was here at the field, and golly, I'd never seen somebody run so fast. I think maybe Aristi would be the only person on this team to try to beat his 40 time, as that's low and outside for ball two. Runner at second. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Cobb looking over to third. Long throw. It drops. Runner's going all the way to second. Cobb's going to make his way home for the 3rd run of the game for the Bluefield Rams.
Mark had an RBI double in the books for Medlock.
I think Medlock just kind of showed why he's going to make a very fantastic addition to this Bluefield lineup. That big hit into left center field. Let's see what Maximo Aristi, Max Aristi, like I said, he's the only other guy I think might be able to beat Nate Cobb in a dead sprint. He's quick, and he takes pride in his technique. Here's the pitch. Little in the dirt. Ball 1. Medlock over at second. 1-0. Looks back at second. Here's the pitch. Big swing. Over into right field. Aristi's going to flirt with going to second, but that brings Medlock home. Put another run on the board for the Bluefield Rams.
And another RBI. In fact, I believe Aristi had one
I don't think that's possible. He was the first one up.
Oh, you see, my score sheet is not neat, all right?
It's all good, Ethan. It's all good. Next up, Taylor Maldonado. I know he's from California. I heard Elijah Lewis he said he looks like the typical snowboard surfer guy with his long golden hair. But he's quite the ball player, too, and he's just, golly, he's a great catcher. Here's the pitch. Big swing. And Hawthorne's going to get under that for out number 2.
I think Maldonado sort of saw that one coming. I didn't see him budge.
I mean, you don't want to try to force your runner at first to run if you think it's going to way out, and it's just the fly balls really easy to grab. Next up, Big Meach. David Meach. Just had my sheet. Pitch a little outside, ball 1. David Meach from Douglas, Massachusetts. Transferred from the Community College of Rhode Island. Big leader on this team. Big swing and a miss. It'll be a run over to second, though, in Aristi. It's 1-1, 2 outs, runner at second. Looks back over at Aristi. Shannon dishes. High and outside for ball 1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Breaking ball. Low and inside for ball 3. Ethan, if you're right here, you think Meach is going to try to? I think he's going to try to swing if he can with 2 outs, but it might just take that 4th ball if he can. Obviously, you don't want to swing at something super terrible, but I think he's going to try to force an at-bat here.
Yeah, but then, you don't want to chance it either. Let's see.
As that, like I said, that one's way outside. It's going to be ball 4, sending Meach over to first. Risty still at second.
And it's the first base on balls of the contest.
First walk of the game?
Yeah.
Wow.
First base on balls.
Next up, Clay Wisner. Up to bat. Said Wisner was also one of those Malone University transfers. Malone University, a Division III school in Ohio. Here's the pitch. Big cut over to left center field. It drops. That's going to send a couple runners in. Wisner trekking his way, slides into third. RBI for Wisner.
I believe that's 2 RBIs for Wisner.
2 RBIs for Wisner. Dang. Yeah, he's put on some muscle, and I've seen that was one of those beautiful power hits that drops into right center field. As he's the big man, Elijah Lewis. We saw him. I was talking to Rodney Case, and we saw him next to one of the freshmen. And man, he is just absolutely ginormous when you put him next to somebody else. Big hit to see if he can knock one out of the park. Put 2 more runs on this board. Shannon dishes. Big cut. And Greenwood's going to get under that for out number 3. Your score now 6-0 in the bottom of the second. We'll be back here, and I'm going to throw it back to Ethan Stenson for play-by-play.
about deja vu here from their first contest, but it's 6-0. Bluefield in the lead, top of the third inning. Voss at the mound, and here we go. It's going to be high for ball one.
That was a very intense game. A no-hitter to open up Carolina's season after having a couple cancellations at Marion. That's a little high. Ball two.
Yeah, very, very high. And then also, Adams is up to bat to proceed to second inning. Tharp got out. And a strike down Broadway. It's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. It's 6-0. Bluefield Rams in the lead. It's top of the third. Here's the 2-1. And a strike evens up the count at 2-2. Here's the next one from Voss. And it's swung on. Right field. And it's caught. With 1 out on the board. After, I believe, Meach was the one to get that out for Bluefield. Shannon's up to bat. Going to the bottom of the lineup for Carolina. Voss. Last of the hands, pivots, and here we go. A bunt. Infield, right side. And he's safe. On that single base hit on what seems to be like a bunt to the infield, those simple plays makes the pitcher sort of run out to get it, so that way he can buy time to get to first base.
That's one of those really gain for reward. You know, you take a big risk, you get a big reward. With those bunts, the infield, if he's quick enough, you might be able to flip it over to first, but in that case, it was not in the hands for Bluefield.
Flip the card over. We're back to the top of the lineup for Tubbs. And a swing and a miss for strike 1 and a stolen base. Shannon, it looks like he's trying to develop the same pattern that Cobb and Aristi tried to a while ago. On the Bluefield side. As it's an 0-1, 1 out on the board. Tubbs to start us up again on the lineups for Carolina. There's a man on second after a stolen base. Voss looks, delivers, and a swing and a miss. Almost a popper.
Looks like he made just a little bit of contact on that one.
So with that, no balls, 2 strikes. It's a 6-0 ball game. 6-0. Bluefield University in the lead. Top of the third. Man on second. Looking to advance to third as he steps off. And Voss is looking to second, but back as he dishes. And that's a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out on the board. 6-0. Bluefield. With Carolina up to bat, and Tubbs is here to do that. Voss. 1-2. And it's a swung on, center field, and that's an out. I believe that one was made by Cobb. So with 2 outs on the board now, Conklin gets set up as he transitions to the left-handed batter's box, and we still have a man on second in Shannon. Two outs on the board. Top of the third at 6-0 Bluefield. Voss goes to the inside for ball 1. Six 6-0 Bluefield. 2 outs. Current count 1-0 for Conklin. Voss, pivot, breaking ball. And it's going to be ball 2. 2 outs. As Voss clasps the hands, getting ready to start it up again. And that one's going to be down the middle for strike 1. 6-0 Bluefield. Top of the 3rd. Man on second. That man being Shannon. Eagerly awaiting to go to 3rd. And it's high. Ball 3. Looks like Voss, though, keeps eyeing the second base just in case he steps out of line too much.
And that was something that when I was here yesterday, they worked a lot on, was being able to, not only for the batter's sake, but also the pitcher's sake, give a couple looks back.
And swung on. It goes to right field in the center. And it looks like that's going to be an out. So, with that, your score remains 6-0 for the Rams. No runs scored as of yet for the entire season for Carolina as of yet. So when we come back, we'll get the bottom half of the 3rd inning here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, where the score is 6-0 Rams. Right center. It's probably caught, yeah. Genter got off of the pop. Out to the pop fly. Yeah, I call it pop. And we're back here at Bowen Field, where the score is Bluefield 6 and Carolina nothing, as Carolina has yet to earn a run for the whole season. But it's only their 2nd game, and this is Bluefield's 1st game. Bluefield still looking to keep their lead as they got out last time. Elijah Lewis came up and got out from a pop fly to the infield. I believe that it was caught right before it became foul. So Genter will be coming up here to the right-handed batter's box to start off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here comes a pitch, and it looks inside as seemed like Shannon had a little bit of an angle towards the inside. And ball is up. And he gets out at first. Very typical to get out at first. So with 1 out on the board, Genter getting out at first. Torres coming up for Bluefield. 1 out, 6-0 Bluefield. Taps the plate, bats up, gets in stance, and Shannon comes down the pike for ball 1. The 1-0, and it's high for ball 2. 6-0 Bluefield, nobody on. Very early in the bottom of the third inning. Here's Shannon. Clean down for strike one. Torres assumes position. It's back in stance. Shannon comes to deliver, and it's swung on. Mid-right field, and it's out. That's going to be an out. Caught right there. So that's yet another out on the board, I believe, from Tubbs. This could be a 1-2-3 and out, Jackson. Could very well possibly be on this 6-7-8 lineup. As Cobb comes to the field to play. Back to the left-handed box. Righty-lefty matchup. Bunt. But it goes foul to the third baseline. Two outs, no balls, one strike. After the foul bunt made from Cobb. Righty-lefty matchup from Shannon to Cobb. Nobody on, 6-0 Bluefield. Two outs on the board. Here comes Shannon. And it looks like that's going to be a high ball for ball one. Swung on, and it's foul. One ball, two strikes, two outs on the board, 6-0 Bluefield. After scoring 4 runs in the second and 2 runs in the first, looking to score again here. They're in danger of flipping it over. Here it comes, and once again down the first base line, foul. Count remains 1-2. We could be in a situation for a 1-2-3 and out for the bottom of the third inning. Here comes a pitch from Shannon. And that's also going to be a ball. Ball two, even up the count, 2-2. And 2 for 2 outs. So even all across the board. 6-0 though. The score being very uneven and in the favor of Bluefield. Here's the next dish. Swing on. Outfield to the right side. And it looks like he's going to get on probably to second. But he's out at second.
That's gotta hurt.
Out at second. Now that's just, that was a heartbreaker, Jackson, for this one.
That's gotta hurt if you're a Rams fan, especially when you didn't have to take that Shrek to second, but they did. And we'll be back here shortly with some fourth inning play. You're watching the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams currently lead 6-0.
That's 1, 2, 3.
Who's batting at
Who's batting? Let's see who's batting. We have Kent. Kent, I think, is going to top us off on the fourth.
I'll make sure. And we're back. Kent up to bat. Here's the pitch. It flips right over into second. Grab. Throw over to first. Long stretch. He loses it. And Kent's going to stay at first base.
Yeah, Jackson, that looked like there for a second that he learned a lesson from Cobb. Didn't want to advance over to second, so definitely not a wise thing to go to second if you know that, hey, the defense is already all on that ball.
Exactly.
Looks like that's going to be a strike.
Yeah, it'll be strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Well, in the dirt for ball one. For ball one, I had to confirm, make sure I was right with that. Breaking pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike number 2. Runner at first. No outs. Up to bat. Dart Hawthorne. I'm correct. Full name Dartanen Hawthorne from Gulfport, Mississippi. Was quite the ball player in high school, being an all-state pitcher. Or check that all-state player is that Beams foul ball. He was the all-state in 6A. First team, the part of the All-South Mississippi Team Select. Got selected to play on Team South of Mississippi in the All-Star game. Big cut, and I'm going to check that. That wasn't Hawthorne. That was Greenwood, the senior from Beaver Creek, North Carolina, from Chatham Central High School.
That one went right in the dugout.
In the dugout. These Bruins, led by head coach Jamie Lowe, who was a ball player himself at Lenore Rhine in Hickory, North Carolina. They've got, I was with the track and field team a couple weeks ago, and they've got quite the track and field team, as that's in the dirt and outside. Hawthorne flirting with going over to second, going to stay at first. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. As Greenwood takes the plate. There's a throw inside. The steal over at second. Puts the full count up. You know, what was the little chant that we used to do in T-ball? Was it 3-2? What you gonna do? Walk him. Walk in. Yes. And a runner at second. Here's the pitch. Knocked over to third. Bobbled with. Hawthorne going to make it a third. Going to slip around. Not going to try to make it home. That's going to be a base hit for Greenwood.
That might have been an error, actually, since the shortstop over there was close to that ball. Could have reasonably got to it, but yeah, I believe that one was an error. Yeah, it says error on the scoreboard.
Runners at first and third. Here comes the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike one. Bobbled over to the short. Got out at second. Runner batted in. Puts the first run of the season for the Carolina Bruins on the board. Now 6-1. 1 out. Runner at first. At least they finally got a run. Now up to bat. Number 12. Brian Deegan. He takes the plate. Vosh dishes. Big swing and a miss. Kind of tipped off of the shoulder of Deegan. Count at 0-1. 1 out. Runner at first. Just coming off a runner out at second. Here's the pitch. And the dirt. Ball one. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
Bluefield cannot get out of the system here. Now, they only scored 1 run, but limit the number of runs.
I think that's a safe bet in just about every ball game. Whoever has you don't have to win 11-0. You just got to win 1-0. As that's tipped out into left center field. Got dropped by the warning track. Cobb looking for his connecting man. As that brings a runner in and puts. Check that. It's a double and it moves everyone over 2 bases. Here comes the pitch. Low and in the dirt. Ball 1, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Voss looks down. Here's the pitch. Swung. Strike one. 1-on-1. Two players on the bags. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Flipped over to third. Able to be caught. Wizards throws it over. Kind of in a pickle. Tosses it over to home. And he's out at home.
That's what we like, a fielder's choice and then an out to seal the deal here.
Yes. And that will end the top of the first here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams currently lead 6-2. And we're back here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swung over to third. Lops it over to first. That will seal the deal for the first out and the first hitter. As you flip the card back over, Max Aristi up to bat. Max Aristi with the hit in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Little outside, but strike one. Second pitch, bunt. You gotta stay inbounds, flipped over to first. And they're gonna call him safe. Maximo Aristi. Safe at first. Sorry, Ethan.
That was a very close call. Could have gone either way, but I'm glad that we have, was that Aristi that went to first?
Yep, Max Aristi with the base hit. The California native, Taylor Maldonado. You sure got, yep. Up to bat. Runner at first. Shannon throws over to first. Not there in time.
I noticed Voss kind of played it off like he was going to pick it off, but that just was a pickoff right there, almost was.
Here goes the second pitch. Inside, ball one. Shannon. Who's over at first. Another pickoff attempt unsuccessful. They honed a lot. I know that Coach White and Coach Allen hone in a lot on being able to know where your vault is and how far you can make it out. As that's outside, throw over to first. They underestimate Aristi. They underestimate him. He is, like I said, one of the quicker players on this team, and I don't know how far they think he can get away and not come back quick enough.
I've noticed they've targeted Aristi a little bit on this play.
Maldonado, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Pitch, big swing and a miss. As the count now goes 2-1. Another pickoff attempt to Aristi. They're not going to let up on that man, I promise you. But he is super quick. And I was talking about how far you can get out with your vaults. And I mean that about your distance. And you got that one crow's hop. See how far you can make it out on this pitch. That's inside. Aristi's going to...
I believe that one went, a little outside there.
I'm guessing it tapped Maldonado. And he's going to take the jog over to first. Puts 2 runners on the bag. Now up, Big Meach. David Meach got that first walk of the game earlier. Runners at first and second. Checks back over to second. Shannon. Checks back at Aristi. Man, I don't know what they have against Aristi, but I promise you, you're not going to pick him off.
They got speed. I mean, they know he's speedy.
Here comes the pitch. Big cut. Strike 1 for David Meach.
I think Meach is just going to be prepared for what comes to him, because I think he's trying to mix up whether he's going to second or going to home with the ball there.
Out with 1 out, he's definitely got a couple options. That's way high, almost tapping the shoulder of Meach for ball 1. 1's across the board. 1 strike, 1 ball, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Shannon checks back at second, checks at first, deals. And they're going to call that a balk.
Yeah, that was a balk. All people advance at base. You see, balks are when the pitchers do some illegal activity.
I guess that's one way of saying it, but I don't think they missed their parking tickets. More like he attempted. He went a little too far with his shoulders. Kind of gave this thing where he might pick off, but it was during pitch. And they assigned it. Here comes the 1-1. Big cut. Going to be strike number 2, David Meach. Say his best bet is to try to knock it over into right center field if at all possible. Maybe on the ground the best.
Yeah, you want to get it over away from third base because we got someone here ready to come home.
Yeah, Aristi at second. Here's the pitch. Checks it. They're going to ball strike 3, and that's going to be a backwards K.
Strike while looking.
Next up to bat, Clay Wisner. And, Clay is actually one of the few people who is sponsored by one of our sponsors, Ethan. The Grind, 1 to 3 Spring Street store for regional flavors while employing a unique culture around their brand. The Grind. The Grind never stops.
You can also check out the Coaches Show every Monday.
Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside. Ball 1, Wisner. Runners at second and third. Wisner hoping to get a big knock. Send those two boys home. Low inside, ball 2.
If he walks here, this could load the bases.
And it would load the bases for the big power hitter, formerly the DH, Elijah Lewis. As here's the pitch on the other outside, ball 3. Count now 3-0. I say he'll probably swing at this next pitch, unless it's, like I say, way overboard. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Outside for ball 4. Loads up the bases and sets up. Possible grand slam situation for Elijah Lewis. Big Lou.
Elijah Lewis hit a walk-off last year. That was a big moment.
Yeah, to seal that deal for that win against Point. Big Lou, as they call him. Here's the pitch. Big foul ball.
I was getting ready to say,
Is
could
that
we have a
fear?
grand slam? Probably not.
That veers off and strays over into the right back behind the stadium. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike number 2. Counts 0-2. 2 outs. Bases loaded. It's a big opportunity for the Rams to see what Lewis can do. The 0-2. Check swing. Gonna be ball number 1.
Looks like the check swing stood up for him that time, but you're right, Jackson. Either they hand it over again to Carolina to score more points, or they can do something here.
1-2. Hit! And that is out of here! Grand slam, Elijah Lewis. Big Lou putting 4 runs on the board and blows out.
4 RBIs for Elijah Lewis. This is, you see, Jackson, grand slam was coming. I just knew it.
I think we both kind of called it. Yeah, it's absolutely insane and a game changer after that little bit of a kerfuffle in the top of the 4th, getting those 2 runs in, and it's going to put Reese Genter on the plate. Here's the pitch. A little outside, but strike number 1. Way outside for ball number 1. Here comes the 1-1. That's cut. And that one is out of the park. Home run. Reese Genter back-to-back home runs for the Rams.
And another RBI in the books.
Rams take the lead. 11-2. Or maintain this lead. 11-2. Be a little scared if they've been taking that lead 11-2. I'm going to see what kind of baseball they're playing.
This could be a mercy rule game, you know, with them up by this many points and there's still 2 outs on the board. Good mercy rule this thing. Yeah, which it'll end after the 7th inning, so.
Here's the pitch. Big swing.
Could this be a 3rd one? And it's a 3rd one.
Oh, no. It's fumbled over by the warning track. That's going to be a double for Torres.
You see that white National Bank backdrop? I thought that ball could have gone over.
I saw a tip. I thought maybe it fell over it. And then I saw Deegan come up with it looking for his connecting man, and Harris is to get it back into the infield. A double for Torres. Let's see what Bryce Medlock can do to add to this amazing flow that they've got going on right now. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Ball to Nate Cobb. I apologize, I said Midlock. Ball to Nate Cobb. We want to thank all of you guys for watching on Rams Digital Sports Network, because that's a little outside. But strike number 2. 2's across the board, 2-2-2. As a runner, Torres on second. Here's the pitch. Inside, but they call it strike number 3 to end bottom of the 4th. We'll be back here shortly with some with some 5th inning play. Who's hitting for the Carolina Rams?
Tubbs, top one. So we're going to have Downs in as pitcher. Okay, thank you. Welcome back to Bowen Field as it's the top of the 5th inning. Voss, with 4 innings pitched today, is now taking a relief as we have a relief pitcher in Downs. So Downs will be playing a little bit this game as pitcher. Yankees got a right-handed batter going there. 2, Bluefield up by 9 after 5 runs scored in the bottom of the 4th. Downs looks down the pike. It's clasp the hands. And here's his first pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 1. Tubbs at bat. 11-2 Bluefield. Early on in the 5th. And it's swung on right field. And it's looking like here it's going to be a double. Nope, he's going to 3. He's going to go for a triple. Right there on that corner. So for that, we have a base hit triple for Tubbs. Definitely, Carolina is in the mood to answer back after that many runs in the preceding half, Jackson.
And that's the way you kind of mark this inning, is by having something, a big statement play like that triple from Tubbs.
Conklin coming up to bat now, looking to bring Tubbs home for number 3. But it goes inside corner and down low for ball 1. Downs, clasp the hands, pivots, comes down, outside, ball 2. Getting back into position, we got Conklin awaiting the pitch from Downs. Downs brings it. And that looks like that's going to be another one. 3 balls in a row for Downs. Not one strike pitched yet. Downs trying to establish his rhythm, as this is his 4th pitch of the game. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Downs comes forward, and high corner for ball 4. Base on balls for Conklin. Now we got a man on first, a man on third, Conklin and Tubbs respectively, as Kent comes up, looking to bring home Tubbs, and put Conklin at either second or third, depending on how play goes. Top of the 5th, 11-2 Bluefield, up by 9, but Carolina looking to answer with some scoring here. Downs delivers, and a swing, but no progress. That's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 11-2 Bluefield. Top of the 5th, man on first and third. Kent gets in the position. Righty-lefty for Downs. And it's up, but it's a foul ball. And it's going out in the parking lot, and thank God it hit a field house and not one of the cars. We actually have a better view now of the parking lot up here in this press box, as it just got built last season. It was actually still in progress being built when we were up here last season. Hopefully the view is better for you guys, as it's 0-2 with a strikeout possibly coming for Kent. And that's a strikeout while looking. So put a backwards K in the books. And now we have 1 out on the board. That's the stuff you like to see, Jackson, from a pitcher. A clean strikeout while looking.
Of course, when you have that opportunity to get those. It's got to kind of be a encouragement, a confidence booster for Downs after struggling with the first two batters. You'll see his rhythm here.
Downs comes up, but Hawthorne knocks it out for strike one as that's a foul ball. Of course, that was down the first base line. Natural inclination as a right-handed batter. Which it seemed to be good that, Downs actually did better with a left-handed batter with the righty-lefty matchup. As that ball sails out for ball one. One out. It's 11-2 Bluefield. Carolina trying to answer with Tubbs looking to come home and Conklin on first. Hawthorne up to bat. Here it comes, and that'll be ball two. High corner. Hawthorne brings the bat up, gets in stance. Downs, dishes, outside, ball three. And they're looking to get somebody off, but not successful. One out on the board still, 3-1. One out, 11-2 Bluefield. Top of the fifth. Man on first and man on third. After what could have been a pickoff attempt. 3 balls, 1 strike. Could force a go to second, then flow to the bases, which exactly what happens. Conklin slides into second. Hawthorne takes his spot at first, and guess what, Jackson? The bases are now loaded for Carolina. So, this next batter in Greenwood has a big task ahead of himself after the base on balls from Hawthorne. Greenwood could very well grand slam this, but he has not had a base hit. That's the only stipulation. He's not had a base hit for the entire game. Here comes a dish, and it goes to the infield, center. And 1 RBI brings it home, single, and safe at first. So everybody just goes up 1. Though it looks like we had an out somewhere, as now there's a occupant on first and third. 1 RBI, bringing it 11-3. Tubbs came home after the RBI single from Greenwood. It's his first base hit of the contest. Coming up next, we have Harris, righty-lefty for Downs. Downs comes, and it's outside. Ball 1. Two outs on the board, 11-3, 1 RBI scored. And a strike right down Main Street. So that's going to be evening a count at 1-1 with 2 outs on the board. After 2:30 on this beautiful afternoon, as it's kind of toasty in the booth, but a chilly day out there. Downs brings it, and it's up and out. Ball 2. Bluefield up by 8. It's 11-3. Bluefield against Carolina. Carolina up to bat with Harris. Man on first and third. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Two outs. It's an even 2 across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 11-3 Bluefield. slam. That was an exciting thing to see. We thought we were going to get 3 consecutive, but of course our view up here was a bit obstructed by that National Bank white sign, white overlay. You know, the ball is white, so there you go. Medlock coming up, bottom of the 5th, and swung on, but a foul ball. Past the first baseline towards the dugout. 0-1 to count, 11-3. It's going to be high. For ball 1. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Porter getting some, might get his first strikeout on his first set of pitches here. 1-2. Here it comes. And down the first base line, infield, and tags a runner out at first.
And that was a little scary there. I was a little surprised that he didn't flip it over to Porter, the first baseman, Greenwood. I was a little scary to try to be, what I would say was a little selfish by trying to tag the bag himself.
Yeah, a little bit of showmanship there. As we come back to the top of the lineup, flip the card over for Aristi. As that's a low ball 1. You know, Aristi, a fast character in this Bluefield University team, scored an RBI double, I believe, in the first, or in the second inning. Actually, it was an RBI single in the first inning.
That hit him.
And a hits batsman right there. Just awards him first base. Hits batsman is it's not a pleasant feeling for the batter. I'll tell you that. Ball coming at 90 miles an hour. Yeah. But luckily he's awarded first base, and now we got a man on first unearned. With Maldonado coming up. Porter delivers. And it's going to be outside the third base line for foul ball. 1 out on the board. It's 11-3. Bluefield looking to get some scores. Runner on first. Aristi after a hits batsman. Maldonado up to bat. Looking at first. Coming back. Clasping the hands. Porter comes in. And low for ball 1. Maldonado gets set. Porter. Pivots towards first, but sort of makes Aristi just go back to the bag. Aristi coming away slightly from first. They're keeping their eye on Aristi, I feel. But it comes into home, and yet another hits batsman.
Not the greatest start for Porter.
Porter has 2 hits batsmen in a row.
And that's in his first 3 at-bats with getting that first out over at first, but then goes 2-2 for hits batsmen.
So these first 2 bases that were taken were unearned, as it's a hits batsman. No base hits, but you know, coming up now. We have Nietzsche. And a wild pitch comes out of the batter's glove. Play possibly coming at home, but Aristi decides to stay at third. Maldonado at second, Aristi at third, and off the wild pitch, Mitch gets another at-bat. 1-0, 1 out, 11-3 is your score. Bluefield in the lead by 8 points. And it's low for ball 2. 2-0, or 2-0 the count, with 11-3 being the scores. Bottom of the 5th inning. and stands. Porter looks, and he dishes. Outside. 3-0, and one more ball. That makes the base on balls and loads up the bases. All unearned. All unearned bases here for Logan. And it's a strike. Right there, as I said it. Clean cut, down the middle, 3-1. One out on the board, 11-3. Bluefield. Bottom of the fifth. Here comes the 3-1, and that's going to be ball 4. And a wild pitch also brings Maldonado to third base. With ball 4, that gives 1 run unearned to Bluefield. 12-3. Correction, that was an earned run. Maldonado at third, and at first we have Meach. Wisner coming up to bat now. Wisner having an RBI triple in the second inning. 12-3, Bluefield up by 9. Here's a dish, and it's high. Ball 1. 1 out on the board. It's bottom of the 5th inning. Wisner gets set. Clasping the hands. Porter dishes, and it's inside, ball 2. And on first and third, here's the 2-0. And it's a high fly ball, mid-right field, and an RBI bringing it in. Maldonado comes home. It's now a 13-3 ball game. Bluefield is up by 10. 1 out still on the board. 13-3 your score, Bluefield up by 10. If they maintain this lead, mercy rule would mean the game would conclude after the 7th inning. And swing, but it hit the backstop. That's a foul ball, strike 1. Man on first and second. Got Meach at second, Wisner at first off the RBI single. Lewis up to bat. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out on the board, 13-3 Bluefield. Here comes the 0-1, and that's a strike. Bringing the count up. No balls, 2 strikes. Porter looking to find his rhythm here. With 1 out on the board, a strikeout will make it 2. Man on first and second. It's the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 runs scored by Bluefield, making it a 13-3 game. He looks, he throws, and sailing past our press box here, hopefully not breaking any sort of windows. Well, the backstop sort of protects that. It is going to be remaining at 0-2. That reminds me, I remember when we were at home plate and a ball about hit me in the face when we were calling my first baseball broadcast. That actually happened, folks. As that one's a swing and a miss, strikeout. Frontwards K in the books, as that one was a swing and a miss. So with 2 outs on the board, Genter comes in as designated hitter. Man on first and second, 2 outs on the board. It is bottom of the 5th inning. He looks to home and bats it out, but it's a foul ball. 0-1. It's 13-3. Bluefield up by 10. Genter almost was hit. He got out of the way of that one, and that's ball 1. One and one, 2 outs on the board. 13-3 Bluefield. Man on first and second, and the 1-1 makes it a 1-2 as it comes right across the plate and in the box. Or in the zone, as they say. 1-2. And that's a foul tip, making it still 1-2. One, 2 outs on the board. Umpire gets in stance, and everybody at the plate gets in stance. Pivoting the ball, and it's outside. 2-2. Bluefield over Carolina. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. I was also informed that this would be a 7-inning game anyway, but Mercy Rule would nevertheless apply for our 9-inning game. So with that, left field, as he hit it right out there on the line drive. That's going to be a base hit for Genter.
Brings in David Meach.
Meach, he is just a powerhouse within our league, as he has had a lot of RBIs last year. Meach gets in stance. Man on first and second, and that's ball 1. And a check swing didn't hold up for him that time. Strike 1. Man on first and second. Meach up to bat. Coming in. That's a strike.
I believe that's Kevin Torres at bat. I think Meach was the one who ran in.
Kevin Torres, and Meach was the one who ran in. My apologies. As Genter's at first, Torres is at bat with a 1-2. Outside, even up the count. 2-2 and 2 outs. 14-3. Bluefield up by 11. Here comes a dish, and it's batted out to the parking lot. Foul ball. Count remains at 2-2. You know, you always get anxiety, especially if you're parking out there and you go to your car and you see a window smashed.
That was the very first time I ever came and did a broadcast at this stadium. It was Erica, the trainer, Erica, and I just lost her last name. It happens sometimes.
Bell, yeah.
There you go, Erica Bell. Is that last strike put him out? But my very first game was trainer Erica Bell and Rodney Casey were both standing outside and said, "Jackson, you probably want to move your car." I said, "No, I'm fine." They're like, "No, you want to move your car." Somebody actually parked in that spot after I left, and they went home with a broken windshield. So I'm very happy it wasn't me, and I'm thankful for those two for making it move. And Ethan, you want to close out the inning?
Yeah, so with that, Jackson will be giving you 6th inning action when we come back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. I've been stoned too long. The only wrestling I'm really familiar with is the MMA.
It's not wrestling. It's MMA. It's mixed martial arts. It's grappling, karate. It's any martial art action. Boxing, karate, judo, jiu-jitsu.
See, when it comes to that, I'm a little misinformed. All I know is Tai Chi.
What do you know about Tai Chi?
You know, you gotta get the ball, gotta shift the sand to one hand. It's very, very enlightening.
I've never done Tai Chi. Maybe it would help.
It loosens up the joints. You actually do that in the mornings, and I'm actually learning Tai Chi to keep up to this.
It's interesting. Look. What do you have on that? Let me check. That is 21 number. I'm good. Yeah, and we're back here with second half, or the 6th inning action. Up to bat number 21.
I believe he's a pinch hitter, Jackson.
Well, he's not on our roster, sadly.
Not on the roster. We only have a 2021 roster available to us.
But number 21's up to bat here to top off the 6th inning. Downs, dishes. Big swing and a miss. Strike one. Great way to start off this inning, Ethan.
Very great way, and Downs, I think, really established a rhythm there. I mean, looking at it like this, Downs struck out Harris to end the 5th inning.
So that's another big cut and a miss for strike two. Or 21 having to adjust himself, take a quick breather, and goes in for the 0-2.
And we do apologize to the family that happens to be number 21. We just don't have his name.
That's a little outside for ball number 1. The 1-2. A little high and outside. Ball 2. Evens up the count. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3. First at bat and first out of the inning in inning number 6. Coming up for the Bruins, number 13.
Mikado is up to bat.
Mikado. Outside, ball 1. And we appreciate all 97 of you guys who are watching this live stream right now. We appreciate you tuning in on the Rams Digital Sports Network, and I know we would love to have you here, as that's a little outside for ball 2. We'd love to have you here in the stadium at all possible. I know it's just an amazing atmosphere when you come to Bowen Field.
It's chilly today, though. We'll say that.
It is chilly, and we don't usually get to have baseball in February, but we love it. And I was talking to Rodney Casey. He's like, when I was videoing it, it almost looked like it was summer with how green the grass was. But I know that they're excited, and this game was originally supposed to be played in Carolina over the weekend and into Monday. As this pitch from Downs comes. A little low, but strike 1.
That definitely looked a little low to me to be a strike.
And it happens, especially when we have this really aerial view almost. Here comes the 2-1 inside, but Going to be called a strike. Evens up the count at 2-2. 1 out on the board.
I mean, hey, we'll take it. I mean, Rams are really on a roll.
And Downs has been quite the relief pitcher here in the last couple innings. So here comes the 2-2. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 up, 2 down for Downs. As comes up Santana
Yes, Santana.
Santana Carrasquillo. There you go. Santana Carrasquillo. As here's the pitch. High and inside, ball 1. See if Downs can go 3 for 3 in strikeouts. Make it a quick work inning for the Rams. So here's the pitch. That's a little high. And another big thing was they're wearing these light blue jerseys. And I talked to them before the season started. And I said, can we not wear the camo so much so I can see the numbers? As that's a little outside, but strike 1. Because I know that Bailey Engel and I and Ethan alike all had struggling trying to read it because it was a camouflaged jersey with red, white, and blue numbers. As that's hit over into left field, but caught by Max Oristi. 3 up, 3 down for the Rams. And we'll be back here shortly with the bottom of the 6th inning. Score currently 14-3. Bluefield Rams. I'm going to do a couple ads. I'll just say them because I memorized them here in a sec. Fixed it. Once I read that. Because that just popped up. Okay, so I'll just have to go back and listen to it later. Since 1984, Swope Construction has led the way in innovative commercial construction solutions for West Virginia and Virginia. Swope Construction, a proud sponsor of Bluefield University Athletics. Since 1999, Black Tie Charters has gone the extra mile to provide its clients with exceptional service. The Rams ride with Black Tie Charters. Gigabee Networks offers broadband internet speeds faster than outdated phone company DSL and comparable to cable with no data caps. Gigabee Networks going further with the Rams. Dutchess Dairy offers whole 2% chocolate milk and drinkable yogurt. Their heart and the plant of Rural Retreat, Virginia. Dutchess Dairy, Rams' choice for milk. The Grind, 1-3 Spring seeks to offer regional flavors while employing a unique culture around their brand. The Grind never stops.
Speaking of Dutchess Dairy, also, I just got to tell you, I did try some Dutchess Dairy over the Christmas break, and I just have to say, for one, I personally endorse it. It's locally homogenized. It's just a good milk.
It's extremely good milk. I know that's the official milk of the Herb Sims Center. They've just got 3 or 4 fridges full of the chocolate milk. That's so great after a good solid workout. There's something to do with the it helps repair muscles. Same reason that people drink sugar. And now up Nate Cobb at the bat for the bottom of the 6th inning. See if they could tack out a couple more runs. This already dominant performance, as that's high and outside for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike one. Bottom of the sixth. Count it 1-1. Rams currently lead 14-3. As that's another cut and a miss for strike number two. Nick Cobb taking a little breather, adjusting himself to go back at bat.
Seems like Porter's having good success with the left-handeds.
And he definitely has, as here comes the pitch. Outside, ball number two. Big cut, leans into, I guess that would have been the dugout, not the dugout, the batting cages over there. Didn't exactly see where that ball went. Just veered very much to the right. Count even up 2-2. Here's a pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike number three for Nate Cobb. Next brings up Bryce Medlock from Prosperity, South Carolina, Mid-Carolina High School, and went to USC Union to transfer in. As here's the breaking ball.
That looks like it hits batsman.
That's definitely hits batsman as Medlock jogs his way over to first and brings up Max Oristi into the batter's box. See what Oristi can put together to kind of put quite a stamp on this win here in the bottom of the sixth. Might be their last offensive possession here in game number one. Swung on out into right center field. Hawthorne under that one brings up out number two. Almost kissed the sky there, Ethan, about how high that ball went.
Yep, and that's a great F9 for the scorebooks.
Next up at bat, Taylor Maldonado. Runner at first and Medlock. Couple checkbacks. Here's a pitch. Swung. Makes it over to shortstop, but missed. That'll be a single for Maldonado.
I believe that might have been an error. It was a base hit according to the official score.
And it looks like number 39, Dalen Nye, coming in for Maldonado over at first. Up to bat, David Meach. 2 outs on the board. Here's the pitch. Way outside for ball number one. Ethan, I love all the little graphics that are going up on our scoreboard, and I love that we're able to use the scoreboard now to showcase our starting lineup, as that's another way outside ball for ball number two.
Yeah, and I just believe that this press box just enables us to do a lot of good creative stuff. This is the first time that we are actually using this audio setup in the booth, as the cameras are overhead.
That's a little inside, but strike number one. You're right, Ethan. I know that this is just a beautiful new addition to Bowen Stadium on top of the ridge. As that's going to be ball number three coming across the plate. Nye at first, Oristi at second.
This could force a base advance, and if this walks, then this could be a...
Here's the pitch across the meat of the plate. Strike number 2. Important pitch coming up for David Meach. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As a glance back at Aristi. That's hit way into left field. Not going to get there in time. That brings Cobb. Or check that. Aristi and Medlock home.
That's going to be 2 RBIs there for Meach. An RBI double. It's a 16-3 ball game. Wow, Jackson. Bluefield must be feeling good right now.
I mean, this is just an absolute great season opener here at Bowen Field for the Bluefield Rams. And that big hit by Meach brought in 2 more runs, now up 16-3 as it comes across the plate. Strike 1, Wisner. A little inside, ball 1. Here's the pitch.
Hey, hits batsman.
Another hits batsman. Brings Wisner to first and brings up Elijah Lewis to bat.
I wonder how many hits batsmen the Carolina University Bruins have already done. I haven't kept count.
Two men on base. Lewis to bat in the same position Meach was. Already hit a home run today. Big cut and a miss. Strike 1. 2 outs on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. Like I said, might be the last offensive stand that we'll see from the Rams in Game 1. As that's hit, travels its way into the outfield, and Meach is going to jog home. Now 17-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners again on first and second. Now up to bat, Reese Genter.
And just like the scoreboard just said, that's a hit. Which that was not just a hit, that was an RBI.
Here's the pitch. A little outside and possibly in the dirt. Ball 1. Here comes the pitch. A little inside, but they're going to call that one a strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. And Lewis and Wisner. Big hit. Drops into the glove of Adams to end the bottom of the 6th. And we'll be back here shortly on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams currently lead 17-3.
of the 7th inning. Here we go. A swing and a miss. And that's going to be strike one. We welcome you all to the top of the 7th, and this could very well be what could end it up, as Bluefield is already up by 14 runs. After scoring 3 runs in the preceding inning, they may not even have to play a second half here. Which it is only a 7-inning game anyway, but they may not have to play the second half of this one. It's 17-3 ball game. Clayton Lewis is in now for the Rams to pitch. Here comes the dish. And it's high ball for ball one. Nobody on, or man on first rather. Man on first, it's top of the 7th inning. Could be the last half inning of the ball game. 1-0 is the count. Here comes Lewis. Way inside and an obvious ball two. Going to be caught. So with that, even though it was caught in foul territory, resetting. That was not caught. My bad. That is going to be a strike because it's a foul ball. Baseline. Lewis looks. Man on first, slipping away ever so slightly. Here's the dish, and high and in the corner for ball three. High fly ball going to the third base line, and looks like that ball was fair as it hit the foul pole. And that's going to be a home run, ladies and gentlemen. A 2 RBI home run for the Carolina University Bruins. That brings the score 17-5. 2 RBIs. I don't think it would matter now, as there is no outs on the board, but they would really have to get it in gear and score very many runs to keep up with Bluefield. Coming up next to bat is number 18, Grant Harris. And that'll be an in for ball one from Lewis. Lewis trying to develop a niche here at the pitcher's mound, as this is his time to shine. Here's another pitch, and that's a strike. Looked like a ball, but a strike. 1-1 with no outs. 17-5 Bluefield, with Carolina scoring a couple. No outs. 1-1. A lefty-lefty matchup for Lewis coming down the pike, and it hits batsman. Takes him to first. Now with an occupant at first with an unearned go to first. We now have up to bat number 20 in Hawthorne. Plays in the outfield. Lewis comes to dish. inside. Wild pitch. Flying out of the hands of Maldonado. And a stolen base as a result. And I think that's a hits batsman. A very good share of hits batsmen all across the field today, Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Carolina's had a couple more than the Bluefield Rams, but just hope that Lewis can formulate a plan and finish out these next 3 batters.
Man on first and second. Here it comes. And yet another. Another way for people to advance to base. And that time a pitch flying out. Looks like we're getting ready to have a mound visit for the pitcher in Lewis, as it's a 17-5 ball game. Bluefield is up, and it's about to be probably the last half inning we play, as the second half of this inning would be unnecessary due to Bluefield already having the advantage. Number 25 up to bat, Greenwood. Greenwood is 6'2", a senior from Bear Creek, North Carolina. Here comes a bat, and it is foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. No outs on the board, top of the 7th. 17-5 Bluefield. Here's the dish. High fly ball, cut it back. Left field center. Warning track and home run. 3 RBI home run for Greenwood. Brings it at 17-8. That's now 5 runs scored in the top of the 7th for the Carolina University Bruins. You know, in Little League, in 5 runs, you get to change the inning. Not the case in college. Here comes a pitch and a strike. No balls, 1 strike, no outs on the board. 17-8. Rams now have their lead cut to 9. Infield, going out of the hand, and it looks like it's going to be perhaps a hit. Yes, a hit from the official scorer. And it would be a single. Coming up next, up to bat, I believe we have number 2. That is 12, excuse me. That is Deegan. No outs, 17-8 Bluefield. Up to bat is Deegan for Carolina University. And right down to infield, and I believe that's a double play, possibly going from second to first, and that is a double play. Double plays really get aggressive, Jackson. You just like to see them, especially from this Bluefield defense.
Yeah, it's definitely a big pick-me-up for this game. I know it was kind of a little hurtful to see 5 runs go on the board late or early in this 7th inning, but I'm glad that Clayton Lewis can finally adjust himself, and maybe they can file it down to this last batter.
Lefty-righty matchup. It's going to be outside for ball 1. Up to bat, by the way, is Ladley, I believe, number 13. And throws out at first. 17, Carolina 8. And also from our official scorers, Bob Red and company, we have gotten word that our winning pitcher for today's contest is Downs, and our losing pitcher, Shannon, for this contest. So with that, when the handshakes are going, once again, final score after 6.5 innings is Bluefield 17, Carolina 8. And thank you all. Take it easy, Rams fans, and we hope to hear from you next time here on the Rams Digital Sports Network.